Welcome. If you're joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited by love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile. Hence, we say the crimson light is life. So, the crimson light is our journey of actualizing self love. It is not only because I have written two volumes through the Crimson Light, volume 1 and 2, but now I realize that it is really our journey of self love. Anyone's on this journey, it is of the same essence. So I am embracing this revelation. Okay, so carrying on from the exercises I've been doing from the word sacrifice, on my last presentation, I remember making the reference of saying, as in the heavens, so in the earth. So there are two aspects to this that I would like to show, because heaven, of course, in that presentation we saw equals the number 10. It's the number 10 just as in the number sacrifice. And I thought, well, heaven and sacrifice, it's really was giving um, a direct frequency or direct value, numerical value of heaven, sacrifice being the same. So it would mean that Christ sacrificing for his life for humankind was in direct correlation to that which we are wanting to be, heaven, in heaven. Okay, but heaven now, we have seen, as I've showed as well, is that the 10, the number 10, is really an interplay of 8 and 1. So we would have, I've gone through this, it's the interplay of 0 and 1, and it's that of a mirror, or it's that when I say of 0, the 0 is really the 8, with the 8 is a twisted rubber band. It's that where we are struggling to find ourselves or answers, and we are not in a complete cycle going this way, but we are going in a twisted sort of way to find ourselves in to find ourselves of this part of it. So you are in heaven, we could say. All right, so just to follow up on this understanding, and so this is where I felt that heaven, heaven. In fact, the 8 here is really showing the characteristics of heaven. The 2, where I have shown in number 2, meaning a basket or bucket, BKT. These are the numerical values for number 2, as I have done in other presentation, BKT. 1, 2. I have the different letters that comes under each number. Okay, so 1, 2, let's just get something to wipe this off. One, so the 2, the number 2 is showing a degree of union and harmony to get into number 8. So there's the other thing that happens. We also see that the word, or we see God as heaven. And if we were to do the numerical value of God, it would be 8. So there is where we get in partnership with Christ, or in our journey, or with God, to be 8. Okay, let's just rub this off. So what also struck me was that hell, perhaps we have had different meanings for hell, and perhaps there really are different, I'm not so sure if it's different meanings, but different levels or depth to the meaning of hell. I'd say different depth because it derives from number 1 to 9. It really is showing that we go through the whole cycle of number 1 to number 9. So in 9, we really hit that whole journey, but the 9 really hit that hell button, if you like, because this is what perhaps a pregnant woman would say, or I went through hell, or I had to do so much to whatever it is we do to accomplish something. As I said, that 9 seemed to really reflect the climax of whatever it is we are doing. There is a word. It would be interesting to do the numerical value on that, but later. Okay, so just showing that 1 to 9 is also corresponding to hell. But as I said, I mentioned the word earth, and I was seeing that earth comes to 7. And I was wondering, well, if it is said, as in the heavens, so it is in the earth, why is 7 not reflecting, why is earth not reflecting number 10? So that did not make much sense to me. And what I saw now is that, what I am seeing is that the number 4, let's just erase this. I'd love to leave that number, this here. So let's have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this is where at this point we know that if we add these digits up to 1 to 4, we come with the number 10. So we see that we go through a point here of making a decision to go in the spirit of Christ. Let's see, before we go into the spirit of Christ. This number 10 is where we make that decision. We see a separateness, if you like. We see a point of reference where we can look before us and see behind us and come together to making this decision to go into Christ, the Christ spirit. Also, so what I felt was really marking here this number 4. I felt that if it says that as in the heavens, so it is in the earth, this number 4 was really, like we have said, the 4 corners of the earth, the 4 seasons, the 4 gospels, all these number 4 references, which is earth, which is all the structures around us, was really, this is giving us the insight of what that 7 is about. So it's really saying 4 sevens are 28. And this is how we get the number 10. As in the heaven, 28, so it is in the earth. Now, what I will say that substantiates this presentation here is, it's the text of Matthew chapter 18, verse 18. So let's do this. In Matthew chapter 18, which is 1 to 8, the numbers 1 to 8 also equals 9. Again, showing us the whole journey that we go through to get in that climax of whatever it is that we are meant to be doing or achieving. So in Matthew 18 equals 9. Wow, this thing fell down. Okay. 18 equals 9. Here we are told whatever is bind in heaven, bind. So to bind something, you need to have to seal it. or you need an agreement, you need a harmony, you need a partnership. So whatever is bind in the earth, which was 7, so 7 and 7 would have to be 14. So it is bind. Okay? Whatever is bind in heaven, we could say 14 equals 5, because we are talking about earth. Whatever is bind in the earth is also bound in heaven. And whatever is loose in the earth is loosed in heaven. That I felt was such a powerful text. And I feel that that text in itself is really a trumpet blowing out, telling us about the power that has been given to us as humankind, the power to demonstrate, to create, to procreate, to multiply, to divide, to subdue, which is all those things that we were given from Genesis chapter 1 or 2, when God said, go multiply, be fruitful, and so on. So those texts, I felt to that text, I feel was encapsulating all of that. So there we see that what we bind in heaven is that partnership state, the state of partnership. Heaven, which comes to 10, and also the 10, we are seeing this is our earth. But 10, as we say, is a relationship of 0, 0, nothing, you could say, and 1. Okay, so this is where we go back from 9 to 1. So this is that partnership. This is, in actual fact, this is the number 10. Okay, this is the interplay of those numbers there. It's like a process is taking place between those two numbers. 0, which we call 0, but 0 is actually 8. 8 is 0 when twisted. And then we have the 1. Okay, so whatever is bind in the heaven, of course, the 8, heaven, is also bound in the earth. Whatever is loosed in the earth is loosed in the heaven. That is when you have untwisted, you either twist that rubber band or you have it loose. You bind with 8. This would be a bind. Bind, it's funny that I should use the metaphor of a rubber band, because that's what rubber bands are being used for, to bind something. And whatever is loosed in the earth, it's loosed in heaven. Wow, isn't this delicious? Mm-mm-mm. So I'm going to even put this this word here. So loose or loosed. And so I felt that there was the secret in the, as in the heavens, so it is in the earth. As in the earth, so it is in the heaven. So whatever we are doing here on earth is that we are sending out to the universe. If we are twisting something, this is the energy we are twisting out. If we are losing something, this is the energy we are losing out. Isn't that delicious? I, of course, will perhaps elaborate on this more. But again, this is showing, this is the number 9. This is Matthew. Matthew, as I've said before as well, the word Matthew also comes to number, and number 9. Matthew equals 9. And he's making this reference in chapter 18, which is 9 to verse 18. which is also 9. We are dealing with 3 nines here. Isn't that delicious? Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you have found this fun. I hope you have found it beneficial. Let's see, when we apply the number 9, what essence, what consciousness are we implementing in whatever it is we are doing? What is the number 9 saying to you? Where it is in your life that you are coming close to uh, 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 the end of a project and you're thinking, oh, I'm not sure I can do this, or I need to apply a bit more pressure, or we say pressure, or energy, or tact, or whatever it is. But know that you are very close to this end because you can see the new beginning with that number 1, because it's really a cycle. Thank you for watching. I hope you have found this fun. I hope you have found this beneficial. If you like this presentation, remember to click the like button and share, because this is how we do it. We share to actualize in self-full love. In the meantime, spill over with love. Stay bright and stay ignited. Namaste.